Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much. Again, I thank you so much. I've communicated a lot in the chat in the past couple days. I'm sure I haven't gotten to everybody, but I am very active in the chat, and I appreciate you guys so much. So thank you for the time that you've given me here and inside the chat. Don't forget, I'm going live Sunday, this Sunday, March 17th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see you guys there. Bring your questions. Come on. It's only, I think, the second time that I've gone live by myself. So I'm looking forward to, talking about the channel and asking you some questions about what I'd like to do with the channel and what you guys kind of think about it. So you guys have hit me up and asked me to check out some other cases. I'm going to do that. However, guess who started talking again? Well, they got themselves off of social media and then started talking again. So I don't understand. Gypsy Rose had an interview that I saw a couple days ago. And also she did like this YouTube thing where she was laying in bed. And one of the subscribers, one of you guys, I'm sorry, I don't remember everybody's name, said they shot me a message and said, nobody's commented on this. Nobody said anything. It's been 24 hours. Nobody said anything. It's only gotten 80 views. And, yeah, so I don't know what's going on. Should we know what's going on with Gypsy Rose Blanchard? We will never know what's going on with her. We'll never know the full story. We're only going to guess on certain things and speculate because we don't trust what comes out of her mouth. You know, she has reinvented herself God knows how many times that we don't even know about. But how many times have we seen it in front of our face? You know, there was some text messages that showed up that had Gypsy saying she was going to get an annulment right after her marriage, per se. It was a letter, actually. There was a friendship, supposedly, that she had with Rachel Garlick, who's on TikTok, who was really good friends with Gypsy until Gypsy didn't need her anymore. So Gypsy is treating social media the same. She'll be back on social media when she needs it. But right now, her thing is, if you don't think about it, it will go away. And that's just not the case with you, Gypsy. You have pissed too many people off for you to live any kind of life that nobody will bother you about. You have reignited something that has pissed people off so that now they are fighting to help Nick and give Nick justice because of what you've done to him and what you've told us you've done to him. And then manipulated him. We've seen you try to manipulate us, and now we know the advantage you took over a young man who's on the autism spectrum. We know the advantage you took on him. It seems to be that you were using him to set him up. And you know what? We're going to check into some things that you said, and we're going to comment about it. Right, guys? We're just going to do that. So let's check it out.
That's why I'm doing this docuseries, is to share my truth,
right,
of the actual events that took place. I'm not trying to Hollywood it up. I'm just trying to share my story in the truest of lights. My mother walked into the room, and she had a wheelchair with her. And very bluntly told me to use the wheelchair. I didn't understand her reasonings, but I trusted her. She was my best friend, and I loved her.
Yep, she kind of loves you until she doesn't, because that's the way Gypsy is. She kind of loves you until she doesn't, and you're lucky if you get away with your LIFE, and she doesn't UNALIVE you.
Asked me what was my feelings about my codefendant.
defendant, and how did I feel that he is doing life without parole, and in comparison to my sentence. And I was honest with them. I've always felt that I feel like more than one life was taken that night because of me. People probably already noticed that I deleted my Instagram, my public one, the one with it was 7.8 million followers when I deactivated it, or I deleted it. I permanently deleted it. And a lot of people are like, what happened? What happened? And what happened is I had a really good conversation with my dad, actually. And he gave me some guidance that I feel like I really needed. And that guidance was to just show me that, like, real life is something you could touch, something that you could feel, people that you could actually hug. And with the public scrutiny, as bad as it is, I just don't want to live my life under a microscope. And so I created my private Instagram, and I got it verified.
Gypsy goes on to say that many people questioned why anyone would delete a social media account with such a large following, but she candidly responds by saying this.
And you know what? I had absolutely no trouble or, like, doubts of deleting that public one. And I have people that are like, oh my God, like, you're insane for deleting that kind of a following. And I'm like, I could give a F about a following. Like, that's not real life.
So Gypsy says that, you know, that she deleted everything on social media because she had this conversation with her dad. Like, she didn't realize that real things you can touch and stuff as opposed to virtual things. I don't understand. I think that she got her ass off social media because she found herself scrutinized. That's the truth. And that's what she hits on at the end. She doesn't want to live her life underneath a microscope. 7.8 million followers she turned her back on because we want to find you accountable. This wasn't a Disney show that we wanted to watch. We actually wanted to see you go off the rails and have you pay for something that now you're having somebody else pay for because you've been dishonest. If you would have kept stumped the whole time, taken your money and your millions and just gone away, that would have been great. But you have talked out of both sides of your mouth. While you are talking with your dad and he is giving you advice, Nick is sitting in a jail cell. His dad disabled. Maybe they get phone calls. As far as I know, his dad hasn't been able to visit him because of financial situation and the fact that his dad's disabled and can't get there. But I'm glad that you're out, Gypsy, and you're able to talk to your dad, and he's able to explain real life is things you can touch. Not necessarily, because when you involve people's feelings, that's real too. That's real too. So, once again, you got rid of social media right now because it doesn't work in your favor. And for somebody that doesn't want to live under a microscope, why are you doing a reality series? Like, that's crazy. Either you don't want to live your life under a microscope, or they're telling you, don't talk so much on social media or you're going to give away the story of the series and therefore people aren't going to tune in. It's too bad, Gypsy, because more than half of us, do not believe you. So we really don't know why you got off social media. Maybe Rachel was reaching out to you with her daughter that's named after you. You know, your best friend who stuck it out with you while she was incarcerated side by side with you. The person that did all of your bidding while you were incarcerated. But the minute you didn't need her, bye, Rachel. The minute you don't need your mom, bye, Mom. The minute you don't need Nick, bye, Nick. The minute you don't need Ryan, bye, Ryan. the minute you don't need social media by 7.8 million followers.
Like, it's something that I'm going to have to address because it's always in my comments. Like, why are we glorifying a murderer and this and that and the other? And, you know, I don't want to have to remind people every single time that I'm not the one that committed the act. He's the one that did it. So when they say I'm a murderer, I don't identify as that.
You're so silly, Gypsy Rose. You don't have to remind us. That's not what's going on here. You're not reminding us that you didn't unalive your mom. We're reminding you that you're responsible for unaliving your mom. Don't get it twisted. What do you think, guys? Seriously, the nerve. So in one breath, she's like, 2 people lost their lives that night because of me. But I didn't do anything. Nick's responsible and he's doing his time. In social media, I don't want to keep having to remind people that I am not an unaliver. No. We need to remind you that you are one. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. We're going to keep on with Gypsy Rose Blanchard because she keeps on. Guys, I so appreciate you. Please comment, like, subscribe, share. I'm almost at 3,000, guys. I thank you so, so much. I thank you so much. All right, guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Don't forget, be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you're going to be tomorrow. And don't be Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Thanks, guys.